Hey everyone, today I have been thinking about, I was looking at all my art, the artwork that I've done in the past, and the artwork that I've been doing. Why have I been doing so many videos? Has it helped me improve my art? The challenges of trying to basically change your life when you're sort of in the middle of it. Hey everyone, this week, especially the past few weeks, I've been thinking about my art journey and where I'm at in life, where I'm headed. And after I have 9,000 YouTube subscribers, so cheers to that. I've got my coffee and it just got me thinking. I'm enjoying doing the videos and teaching, but I also want to improve my art while trying to pursue art as a full-time career. And that in itself, when you are, an adult in middle life and you have a career and a child and, responsibilities, as everyone does, hopefully over the age of, over a certain age, and you're probably in your 30s and 40s and 50s, making that career switch when everything depends on you, it's very challenging and almost slightly scary and uncomfortable to do. So I have been painting for well over, I'd say it's probably been about 12 years. I always was interested in drawing and creating before that, but life gets in the way, and for me personally, I never thought an art career was even an option. I never even considered it, even though I had, been creative my entire life. Creativity, I'd say my grandfather was very into drawing. When we were little, we used to visit him, my grandparents, my mother's parents. So she'd always get my grandfather colored pencils and crayons for Christmas whenever we went to visit. And the interesting thing is I remember as a child thinking I thought it was really odd, but he was an amazing artist. He used to draw a lot of boats, from what I remember. He used to draw a lot of boats, and he loved watching, National Geographic and that kind of thing, which I believe I inherited from him because I loved that as well. The drawing never came until later. Fast forward, many, many years, and when I had my daughter, she was totally into coloring. And I spent so much time with her doing creative things that it all came back to me. And that's when, even though she eventually lost interest in that and got into other things as children do, I became obsessed with it and continued on my journey of how to draw a face, how to paint. I think the hardest thing for me was not how to draw. I think that came, even though it took a lot of work on how to draw faces and get proportions, that drawing came much more naturally to me than painting did. It took a long time for me to figure out how to paint. And now I feel like, not that I've mastered it, because I honestly don't think you ever master painting, drawing, creating, and I just think that's impossible to master. I think you can always, when it comes to creativity, it's like endless. Like it never ends. It's a never-ending. I'm not going to say chase, because you're not chasing it, but it's a never-ending passion. Painting and drawing, if it's within you, you just like. I still don't think I'm, good enough. I still think I can be better. But I think I would think most artists never feel like it's always a constant internal struggle, and you're trying to get it out onto the canvas and see what you can do, or tell a story, or evoke emotions, and you don't know if you've succeeded until the person or people have seen your artwork. And so now I'm at a phase where I feel like, okay, I've got 9,000, I got on YouTube a year and a half ago because I wanted to change my life, and I'm tired of working every day, 9 to 5, as I think a lot of people are. The world is a very strange place, and I've been doing it for so long. I got my first job when I was 15, and basically never stopped working since then. And so now it's like I really am at a place in my life where I like my job. I'm not one of those people that doesn't feel fulfilled by my job. I like my job. I like the people I work with. However, I'm at a stage in my life where I want more time to myself, and the need to create is playing a bigger role in that. And so it's almost a shift. It's not an unhappiness. It's not a dissatisfaction. It's a shift that has occurred within me on how I want to live the rest of my life. And so I spent the past year and a half doing YouTube videos because I thought I would start there, and it has been so much fun, and I'm going to continue, obviously. I'm just not sure what kind of videos. I want to do a mix of tutorials and just sharing my life. I want to do a mix of tutorials and drawing and painting tutorials, but I also want to get out in the city and walk around. And I think I've said that before. The sun is shining, spring is here, and I'm ready to start making a shift in my YouTube channel to learn how to tell stories. I'm watching a lot of YouTubers who are experts in, recording and telling a story and different angles to do your videos at. Here, let's spice it up there. Here's a different angle. Anyway, literally trying to change my life, and I'm still learning on YouTube and as an artist and what people want. And so it got me thinking, I was on FaceTime with my mother the other day, and she says to me, "What's that painting behind you? What's that painting behind you? Oh, I love that painting." And I said, "Oh, it's like a beach scene or whatever." And she just loved it. And I said to her, "I think it's so boring. There's not enough texture there. I like it, but I feel like from the internal part of me, where's the texture?" And there's something for me, I felt like, I don't think people would be interested in buying this, but my mom loves this one. So for me, this is me. This is my kind of art. And but to, as you're drawing and painting and creating, you have to try so many different things. At least I do. I don't know, other people maybe went to school for it and they had proper training or what have you, but I had to do basically everything, and I still am, and I love it. I love it. So the other painting that I love so much, but that I don't feel is completely finished, or maybe it is, I don't know, is this one, which was inspired by Matisse. So I don't know if you've seen, I'm still not good at the video recording, but I don't know if you saw the, I don't know if it's called the Fishbowl or Fish or whatever, Goldfish by Matisse, but that is absolutely one of my absolute favorite paintings. And so I tried to recreate it in my own style. I actually think this is one of my favorites. I love the colors in it. And, but sometimes too, the other thing that I've read about or heard about is that, people like oil paintings best, and that maybe acrylic isn't as, hoity-toity, or, is not the same value as oil paintings. But I personally don't like the smell of oil paints. I feel like they have a really strong odor, and an odor that just honestly repels me. And I feel like that oil pastels don't have that smell. But here's the thing I learned about oil pastels. Oil pastels don't always dry completely. Well, they don't dry completely. So with respect to this painting that I worked on last night, the oil pastels that I did on top of acrylics, it's not going to completely dry. You need to save your oil pastels for the end. So I'm going to spray this to dry it. I definitely don't find oil pastels or oil paint sticks, they don't have the same odor that I find that oil paint has. And so I might try oil paint again, but I tried it in the summertime, and honestly, it was a big no for me. It made me feel sick. And even if I open the window, it doesn't matter. I like painting in my kitchen simply because I didn't feel like it was a good background to have. However, when I'm really in the zone what I have done, sorry, my thing is moving. What I've done is I used to tape up all my paint, like not canvases, but paper all over my kitchen wall. And I'd have like a whole series of like 6 paintings or pieces of paper taped to the wall, and I'd paint from one to the other and that's a great way to, if you're overworking one painting, you could just skip it and go on to the next. So I'd have like 6. I'm probably going to get back into doing videos like that as well. But what other, I wanted to show you some additional artwork. Hold on. My floor is very squeaky. This one here, I love the colors of this one. Now, I'm not so much a fan of her arm because I feel like it's not long enough, but I am proud of those hands and fingers. I love her face, and I just love the overall colors in this one. I have a couple more to show you, but this is my style, really. It's so textured. You can see all the texture. I've got some words in there, all the color. There's newspaper on there. There's book pages. It's just a whole bunch of stuff. And I love the look of her face. I just love this whole thing. It's abstracted, but you can see a face. So this is my absolute favorite one forever. I love this one. And another one that I did that I love so much is this one. Now, this frame was my grandmother's frame. She had a picture in there, and I took the picture out because there was like a bug or something in between. It was only a print. So I thought I'd use her. She's been gone for many, many years. So I thought I'd use her frame with my artwork in it. So it's nice to think of her when I look at that picture. And then the other painting that I have is, this one is my daughter's art when she was little, so she's a little artist too. But this one is my cat, and again, I got out of doing flowers, so I want to get back into that too. So I'm just in a bit of a change right now and a shift, trying to figure out what kind of videos I want to do, how to better tell a story, mix up my sort of tutorial videos, the drawing and painting, which I love doing, and I love it that people draw along with me, but also continuing to push forward in my creativity. Maybe try some more of these, finish off the small portraits that I wanted to do that are almost done, and sell them. And basically I need to, for me personally, I don't need to video record every part of my life, which is what I was doing. I was recording like every time I was in the art studio, and so now I'm just going to start making sure I spend some time in the art studio and I don't have to record every painting. I want to thank you guys so much for watching my videos and for all your support and comments, which, by the way, I get behind in answering the comments, but I have not forgotten, and I do reply to every comment. So stay tuned for more videos, and I'll be replying to all your comments. And I want to thank everyone so much. I hope you have a wonderful day, and happy sketching.